Hi guys, so it's been a while as I've clearly not been here, but I have. Things have just been kind of crazy with school and I've had a lot going on like in general, so I just haven't I've been like, oh, I should vlog and I don't. So I'm weeks behind and I'm just gonna jump right in. So recently I got into the Mystic Messenger fandom craze that's going on. I got into it because a lot of my friends on Facebook were talking about it, were talking about the roots, characters, stuff like that, and there was just something about it that I wanted to know about. I've never played a dating simulation game, and I was kind of curious. I think because this one was so popular on my Facebook, like a whole bunch of different people that a lot of people on my Facebook were talking about it and were really like enthused about it. So I was like, well, let's give it a shot. So I downloaded it and my life is gone. That's putting it in the simplest terms. Look, I got an update from it already and my background is Zen. So the you download the game through iTunes and it kind of just dives right in. I didn't know what to expect. I knew nothing about the game. I didn't know that it had good endings, bad endings. I didn't know anything. And I'm playing the first, like the days through. You have 11 days, and on days 4, 7, 9, and I think 10, you can get game branches, and those branches will determine if you get a good ending, a bad relationship end, those important things. There's 5 characters. You've got Yusung. I'm going to do it in the way you should play it. Not that you have to play it, but it is Yusung, Zen, Jaehee, Jumin, and 7. And I'm currently on 7. So I'm an emotional wreck. Let's see, to put it lightly, I'm on day 9 with 7. And it's intense. Like, I played Jumin's route last time and I hated the route. I know it's not a popular opinion really. A lot of people love Jumin. I don't like his possessiveness, his controlliveness, his the 50 shades of Jumin I don't like. I don't like the idea of 50 shades either. He is just, yeah. That was a really long 11 days and I hated like the entire route and all I wanted to do was get to 7. And now that I'm at 7, I'm like, why? Why does a dating game have this much freaking angst in it? And then it doesn't help that I'm so engrossed in this fandom that I'm like watching YouTube videos with MMDs, and I wake up every morning to a chat, and like this morning there was an update for 7 at 2 a.m. with a very emotional visual novel. But since I started playing, and mind you, I've only been playing since beginning of October, I have cosplayed Jaehee, Jumin, and I'm in the process of getting this up for 7. Eventually I will do MC because I want to do a formal outfit for her for one of the convention formals, and I want to cosplay Zen, though I don't like Zen. That's the same with Jumin. I don't like Jumin as a character, but I love cosplaying him. I think because he's so different than from who I am, it adds like, I don't know, he's just really fun to cosplay. I did him for Comic-Con in October and it was a blast. It was a straight up blast. So I really want to try Zen, plus I really want to learn how to weft, so I feel like that'd be a good example to, or a good practice, is to weft Zen's wig because he's got a ponytail in the back. So it'll be fun and it'll be interesting. So yay. 7 is becoming a pain because I need this shirt in long sleeve without the yokai watch symbol. So if you guys know where to get a shirt like this with a 2-tone collar and sleeves, that'd be great. Long sleeve would be amazing. But yeah, so that's kind of where my life is right now. I love this fandom too. I think it is an amazing fandom. I've met this really awesome person. Like, I downloaded the app Line and I started talking to someone on there. We met through a Facebook Mystic Messenger page and they were talking about like, oh, who wants to join like role plays and da da da. and I'm in a roleplay group too, but I think our lives are just so crazy and our locations are all over the place. So like I think our U song is like 12 hours ahead of me, so it's like 11 o'clock at night there when it's only like 11. It's really, I don't know where they are, but they're far. So our roleplay schedules are really scattered right now. But I'm talking to one friend online and I feel so bad for them. I'm just screaming, oh my god, why is this happening? Oh my god, why is that happening? What is happening? What is this? So yeah, I don't know how I'm going to survive the rest of Seven's route. I don't know how I'm going to survive the after ending. I don't know how I'm going to survive the secret endings. The only flaw to the game, for me personally, is the fact that it's the hourglasses. So every chat is like, it's free to download the game and it's free to receive calls and it is free to do chats so long as you make that in the time frame of the next chat. Like as soon as, if a chat opens at 7 and a chat opens at 8, if you don't do the 7 a.m. chat, you have to pay 5 hourglasses to unlock it to do the next chat. There are disadvantages. If you don't pay the chat and you skip it, you will lose points towards certain characters and have a better chance of bad ending or not even getting a route to begin with. Which is I think what happened when I did Yusung, because the first time I started playing, I bad ended Yusung on day 4, day 5, something like that, where his first bad ending is, I bad ended it on him. So yeah. But it was kind of crazy. So I've probably spent a good $20 just on hourglasses in the last month trying to unlock the chats that I miss, because I do have classes 3 days a week. I work 3 days a week, and depending on my schedule depends on how many chats I actually miss, because I usually end up missing 2 or 3 last Friday and last Sunday because of my work schedule and because of the things that were going on the day. I ended up missing a good 7-8 chats. Like I missed most of the day, so I had to go and unlock them. Well, that's 5 hourglasses per chat that I missed, and then there were phone calls that I missed too and I wanted to pick them back up, so I ended up calling Seven and Jumin back, and that's 5 hourglasses per call, so that's 10 hourglasses right there, and I'm only buying hourglasses 100 at a time. So that's, I think, my major issue with the game, is the fact that it does cost so much to unlock. I mean, there are little ways to get hourglasses and whatnot, but yeah. And I know the after stories, they are like, I think 30 hourglasses to unlock, and then the secret endings are so many hourglasses to unlock, and then you unlock each chapter with hourglasses. So I'm gonna be like spending a fortune trying to unlock the secret endings. But yeah, that's my only real issue with the game. I love how the routes play out, kind of. I mean, I don't really, some of the characters I just don't like. For example, like I don't like Jumin, and I really don't like Zen. I don't like his narcissism, and he is kind of like, he is a lowered down version of, not controlling, but controlling. There are parts where he's like, oh, I really don't want you doing that or wearing that, because what if those guys see that? Like, in his mind, all minds are pigs. And it's like a nice feature because he's looking out for you, but sometimes it's like just not my type. So I don't really like him. But I think Yusung and Jaeki right now are my absolute favorites. I like Seven, but I'm at a point with Seven in the storyline where I'm just frustrated because he's so defensive. And you're like, I don't deserve it. Like, you're being mean and I don't deserve it. So if you've played Seven's route, like obviously don't spoil anything for me, because he's the only route that I'm like flying blind in, and it's just disgusting. But if you have played Seven's route, let's chat as I go through this, because I really need someone to just, who knows what I'm talking about, to be like, I get that, I get that. So yeah, I mean, even my friend hasn't played Seven's route yet. They're saving it for last and doing like all the good endings, bad endings first. I just can't afford to go back and redo them, so. But yeah, so that's where I am at with that. And I definitely, Yusung was my first route, and he was the precious child. I love him to death. He's so cute and precious, and I feel like he is the most, I don't know the proper word that I'm looking for. there's certainly innocence to him too, but genuine, that's what I want. He's more genuine, I feel, than some of the others, because he's just, you know, like, this is where my life's at, this is what I'm doing, and yeah, the whole point of the route is to prove that you're not someone else, but it's just, I think watching him realize and like change and grow throughout the days is actually really sweet. And the fact that he is big on the, you know, spoilers, he falls for you when he doesn't know you, I think is really romantic and really personal, especially like in my life. One of my really good friends and I actually just started seeing if we can do a relationship, and we were friends for 3 years, long distance. He's states away from me, and we finally met for the first time last July. So it's like something that can really happen, and I think it has like a personal effect to me, and it's just really, the whole route is just really sweet, and you learn a lot, and you know, character ideas change, and it's the first time when I was playing this that I realized how like deep this story goes, and how it's just way more than just a dating game. Like, the ultimate goal is, yeah, at the end of the day you're going to date probably one of these characters or whatever, but you know, like watching them struggle and watching everything kind of change around you and this party and everything is just, it is definitely different than what I was expecting. And considering this is probably my first and only dating simulation I will ever play, because I'm not a huge fan of the whole dating simulation idea, I'm definitely glad this one was the choice that I made. It's one that I don't really regret. I mean, I agree, regret the emotional distress that I'm being with for this game, but I'm not like regretting my decision to download the app at all. I think it is an amazing game, and the company that made it is very talented and very good, and they know how to tell a story, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's just, I mean, when you play the game you realize just how much further this game goes. And I was trying to explain to my mom, who has never obviously played any of these games before and doesn't really know anything about the storyline except for what I tell her, and I was telling her about one of the bad relationship endings for one of the routes, and I was like, and think about it, I go, there's all this drama, and at the end of the day, you know, you get really hurt as a character. I was like, but it's a dating game. Like, considering the stylized or the genre of the game, all the stuff that happens in these routes or could happen in these routes is, I don't know, just mind-blowing to me, I guess, because it's not the type of game genre that I expect this to happen in. For me, this game is more drama genred than like dating simulation genred, if that makes sense. I think, like, obviously I get the category that it's in because of the type of game that it is and how the ending result is, but at the same time it's like, I feel like it fits so many different categories. It you know, just saying it's in an ODB game is kind of like letting it fall short. So yeah, I mean, I really can't say enough about this game without like going into massive detail, which I probably will do at some point. Probably once I finish 7's route, I'm going to go back and kind of talk to you guys about all of the routes and the feelings, and I just don't want to spoil anything in this video. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. This is where my life has been, and this is probably the reason why I haven't actually like made a vlog in forever, because I'm between homework, last week I had 10 assignments for 6 classes, and 3 of them were papers, like massive papers, huge papers. So I've been kind of swamped with work, and then this is just so time consuming and like life draining. I mean, I wake up every morning and I'm just like, the emotional pain I'm in. My heart doesn't know what it means like to be whole. So it's an experience, and if you guys get the chance to play it, I highly recommend it. You meet a lot of amazing people. I know the people, like, my Facebook is flooded with messenger posts, and it's great between the fan art, and a lot of the fandom is really cool. I mean, obviously there's people that are just mean, that will, you know, attack other fans for certain routes they don't like or do like or whatever. So I mean, you're always going to have those in the fandoms, but I haven't been this involved in a fandom since Black Butler. And I've been I'm still in the fandom. I mean, I still do things like with certain friends online, but I'm not like, I'm not as heavily involved in that fandom as I once was. And it's really nice to be a part of this fandom. And I feel like it's a really cool group. And I'm really excited to like cosplay for conventions and meet other people and just kind of share in this experience because it's such a fun experience. So if you have the chance to check it out, I highly recommend it. And with that being said, I'm actually going to do this new route or this new chat, which is called Has Nothing to Do With You. Oh damn. This is my issue. This is my issue, these roots. I literally had a visual novel called, well, This Is Awkward, and it's still awkward. So you know nothing good ever comes from chats that are called that, or novels that'll fall from that. So that's where I'm at right now. So with that, I will part ways with you guys. Again, check it out. It's Mystic Messenger. You probably have heard of it. It's like old everything right now. I would show you my background, but I have a whole bunch of messages on my thing. It's Zen. For as much as I didn't like the route, I did like the route. There's parts of him where you get to really see who people are, and it's kind of sweet. So yeah. Enough about those. I will talk about the roots at another time. I'm gonna go deal with this emotional drama, and with that, I will see you guys next week. Have a great day. Have a great week. If you're playing this game, stay safe. Till later.